world's rapidly growing megacities and has a population of over 10 million. We could fit 3/4 of the population of the Netherlands in the city, but its size is less than 2% of the Netherlands. This big population generates enormous amounts of municipal solid waste. In 2014, they generated 6,700 tons per day, and unless something changes, this number is expected to increase greatly in the future. Jakarta simply can't handle all this waste. The local government collected 88% of the waste last year, which is actually less than before. Nearly all of this ends up on the landfill, and all this when so much attention is paid to sustainability. This needs to change. How? By tackling waste generation and waste separation. To come up with policies which might improve the situation in Jakarta, we have looked at Seoul, which outperforms Jakarta in terms of waste management, allowing us to develop policies which are likely to be successful, without having to go through a long and costly process of trial and error. So what is Seoul doing so well? Over the years, the local government introduced a number of successful policies. The local government educated Seoul's citizens on the general consequences of waste in the city. The idea was that if citizens were aware of the importance of proper waste management, they would behave more responsibly. The local government reached citizens through all kinds of ways, such as schools, public gatherings, and social media. To improve recycling rates, the local government made it mandatory for citizens to separate their waste on an individual level. Of course, all this doesn't have much effect if there are no realistic opportunities to get rid of your recyclables. So, the local government upgraded its infrastructure by building the Grand City Recycling Mall and Market, where citizens can sell and buy second-hand goods. Here, they can also hand in their recyclables in return for a compensation, instead of just throwing it away. The national government also introduced some policies. First, they introduced the volume-based garbage collection fee, a polluter-pays system to discourage waste generation. To counteract the illegal disposal of waste, the government made it possible for citizens to report each other in return for a reward. The national government also introduced a producer-pays policy. The producers of products pay a fee to the government for the right to produce certain kinds of products, which the government uses to provide collection services. We want to implement 4 of these 5 policies in Jakarta. We want to start by creating awareness amongst the citizens. To do this, the local government needs to inform its citizens on proper waste management. This is best done through multiple channels, such as schools, television, and social media. Second, we want to provide the infrastructure and incentive to separate waste. This we do by focusing on waste banks, Indonesia's equivalent of Seoul's recycling mall and market. Jakarta already has some, but not many. The intent is to greatly increase their numbers so that the majority of citizens can make use of them. Third, we want to introduce the producer pays. This policy will have to be implemented nationwide, and producers will have to pay the national government for the right to produce products. The national government can use this money to provide collection services. Finally, we want to replace Jakarta's flat rate with a variable rate to discourage waste generation. It's important that citizens are first made aware of the importance of proper waste management to prevent illegal disposal. To counter illegal disposal, we also want to introduce the possibility for citizens to report each other in return for a reward. By implementing these 4 policies in Jakarta, we expect a reduction in waste generation and an increase in recycling for the foreseeable future.